Hey everybody, McDonald44 here, bringing you another video, because why the hell not? You know? Because I feel like it. Today, we're going to do top 10 better than the original metal cover songs by Jonathan Blawu. I hope I pronounced that name right. I hope I didn't butcher it. The name will be in the description, because I got to give credit, you know? I didn't do these. Love them or hate them. Cover versions of old songs are a fact of life, and there are more of them around than ever before. With everyone from Justin Bieber to Miley Cyrus getting in on the act. These efforts are done as tributes to the original artist. Imitations is the sincerest form of flattery, after all, but they very seldom come close to matching the quality of the source material. There are some exceptions that prove the rule, however, and most of them come from heavy metal bands. Maybe it's because the unique style of the genre allows artists to change songs enough to make them stand out, but not so much as to be indistinguishable from the original. Maybe it's because these are the musicians most adept in combining instruments and vocals in interesting ways. Or maybe it's just coincidence. The answer may not be clear, but the impressive quality of many heavy metal covers of classic songs certainly is. Here are kind of the best. Number 10, Careless Whisper by Seether. The original is Wham/George Michael in 1984. With its instantly recognizable saxophone intro and somewhat glitched lyrics, Careless Whisper is regarded as a typically cheesy 80s classic, but a classic all the same. One of George Michael's first hits, he wrote the song when he was only 17 years old. Proof of his natural musical ability, the tune has been the go-to heartbreak song for many ever since. Just so you know, we'll not be playing them because of copyright reasons. When Seether decided to cover the song for Valentine's Day in 2009, they did so purely as a joke, but the plan backfired somewhat as their version, a distinct departure from the regular style, proved so popular that many of the younger fans were unaware that it was, in fact, a cover. When they officially released Careless Whisper as a single, it climbed to 63 in the Billboard Hot 100 in no time. Seether kept the essence of the original, but metaled it up with some crashing power chords and replaced the sax with an equally effective guitar riff. With Sean Morgan's gravely voice in place of Michael's silky tones, it could have gone either way, but the combined effort is perfect for the song that is infidelity and betrayal, making Seether's cover a definite improvement on the original. Number 9, Carry On My Wayward Son, Anthrax, originally by Kansas in 1976. Anthrax was one of the original Big Four thrash metal bands that rose to prominence in the early 80s and are known as early pioneers of the genre. With the first heavy-handed style that would seem to be an unlikely band to cover a classic rock song, especially one like Kansas' Carry On My Wayward Son, that relies on melodic vocals and no small amount of keyboard work, neither of which are exactly Anthrax's forte. Surprisingly, then, not only recorded a cover of the song in 2017, but did such a good job of that it's difficult to tell the version from the original. Moving away from their signature sound, the thrash legends nailed the cover, getting it note perfect, and even enlisting the services of the famed Fred Mandel on keyboard to round out the effect. Lead singer Joe Belladonna showcases his vocal dynamism on the track, and his unexpectedly effective singing is perhaps the standout feature of the song. Anthrax versions of Carry On My Wayward Son met with resounding approval, and founding Kansas member Phil Ehart personally gave it the thumbs up. Number 8, Wish You Were Here, Avenged Sevenfold, originally by Pink Floyd, 1975. Wish You Were Here is a timeless Pink Floyd classic with powerful lyrics that change in meaning with each new listen, and indeed with the state of the world as well. The song is unique in that it was one of the few collaborations between Roger Waters and David Gilmour, who otherwise prefer to operate independently despite being in the same band. Wish You Were Here is one of Pink Floyd's most successful tracks, and it's been covered several times, most recently by Avenged Sevenfold in 2017. As a group constantly adapting its style and trying new things, Avenged Sevenfold, also known as A7X, just so you know, seem to get it right more often than not, and their version of Wish You Were Here is a perfect example. The original was recorded in a way to create a sense of distance and separation for the listener. The cover emphasizes Gilmour's previously muted interlude solo, keeping it the same but moving it from acoustic guitar to electric for a punchier feel. That, along with M. Shadow's unique vocal style, gives the whole thing a new clarity and crispier feel. The band stated that the lyrics of the song were apt given what was going on in the world in 2017, and the same could be said of right now. proving that Pink Floyd's masterpiece is indeed timeless, and now, thanks to A7X, it's been introduced to a whole new generation. Number 7, Bad Company by Five Finger Death Punch, originally by Bad Company in 1974. Bad Company formed in the early 70s, borrowing the name from the classic Western film starring Jeff Bridges. Okay, so there's a movie called Bad Company. The band is called Bad Company, and they've made a song called Bad Company. Let me guess, the album's called Bad Company. I don't know. They also chose that as the title for their first and most famous song, which could be seen as a tribute to the movie after which it was named. Stephen King used some of the lyrics in his Western sci-fi series, The Dark Tower, but beyond that, neither band nor song received the wide recognition they deserve for what is an exponential piece of classic rock. Acclaimed metal outfit Five Finger Death Punch gave Bad Company new life when they released an excellent cover of their song on their 2009 album War Is the Answer, after fans demanded a recording of the track that had become a mainstay of the band's live shows. As one would expect, their version is much heavier, with the piano replaced by guitars and some minor lyrics adjustments. The effect is a cover more powerful than the original, and after Five Finger Death Punch recorded the music video while playing for the troops in Iraq, their updated version of Bad Company has come to be regarded as a tribute to the men and women serving in the armed forces. Number 6, Wicked Game, Hymn, originally by Chris Isaak in 1989. Chris Isaak's sentimental song about obsessive love is featured on several movie and TV series soundtracks, as well as a line of Jaguar commercials. Oh my god, I haven't seen a Jaguar commercial in so freaking long. I haven't even seen commercials in so long. We have Hulu and stuff without commercials and everything. And the artful black and white music video is considered one of the sexiest of all time. It's not surprising then that the Scandinavian love metal band Hymn decided to cover the song in their first official album release in 1997 in an effort to break into the lucrative mainstream Western market. The result is an excellent cover that speeds things up a touch and adds a lot of typically metal-style palm muting and some effective, if not particularly intricate lead guitar work. While Scandinavian metal is notoriously heavy and is often associated with screaming rather than singing, the vocals on the cover are par with Isaac's distinctive crooning, making Hymn's version a bit darker, a bit edgier, but just as sexy in its own right. And that, of course, was the intention all along. The music video of their version of Wicked Game isn't half bad either. Number 5, Heroes by Motorhead, originally by David Bowie in 1981. On December 28th, 2015, the world lost a music icon when Motorhead frontman Lemmy Kilmister passed away. David Bowie, another legend, died only 2 weeks later. Both men are known not just for the tremendous impact they had on music in general and their respective genres in particular, but also for their dare-to-be different approach. They were rebels who defined convention and showed a whole generation that it was okay to be different. One of Bowie's most famous songs was Heroes, and in a serendipitous development, I butchered that word, Motorhead covered the track in what would turn out to be one of Lemmy's last ever recordings. The defining feature of the original is David Bowie's passionate vocals. Lemmy didn't even try to match that in the cover, sticking rather with the throaty growl that made tracks like Ace of Spades world famous. You know what else? He sings up. With this unique singing style, some slightly altered lyrics, Motorhead's heavy sound, and an exceptional guitar solo thrown in for good measure. The cover is both a tribute to the original and notable improvement on what was already an excellent song to begin with. The title is also fitting, as both Lemmy and Bowie were, and always will be true heroes. Sorry. Number 4, and this is probably one of the most famous covers on the list, The Sound of Silence by Disturbed, originally by Simon and Garfunkel in 1964. And the cover is hell of a lot better. Simon and Garfunkel's popular song is about as far removed from metal as you could get, and yet it has the kind of darkly ominous feel that would make it perfect for the genre. New metal band Disturbed, yeah, they are not new metal, okay? New metal band Disturbed seemingly agreed, and their 2015 cover version of the song has become widely popular and has received endless accolades, with actor Russell Crowe recently calling lead singer David Draymond singing in The Sound of Silence, perhaps the greatest rock vocal ever. Unlike other metal covers, Disturbed's version slows the tempo down, adding to the heavy, ponderous feel of the song. Also notable here is the complete absence of the electric guitar, as the band instead goes with symphonic sound and some minor acoustic inclusions. The focus is, of course, they forgot the D. Or is that an I? Oh, they put a capital I instead. Oh, Jesus. Draymond's voice, and it is something to behold as he sings with careful precision initially, building to a stunning crescendo later on. The effect is goosebump-inducing, and the lyrics of The Sound of Silence have become starkly relevant of late, as anyone who saw the YouTube video of the song playing over images of deserted cities before it was taken down will know. It wasn't taken down. It's still up there. Number 4, When a Blind Man Cries, Metallica, originally by Deep Purple in 1972. Metallica is one of the most successful metal bands in history, and they have among their vast store of exceptional. Sorry about that. And they have among their vast sort of exceptional original material some noteworthy cover songs as well. They pay tribute to their musical influences in the 1998 album Garage Inc., with covers of tracks by Black Sabbath, Queen, Blue Oyster Cult, and Lynyrd Skynyrd, to name but a few. First of all, how is Queen your influence? You are thrash metal. Queen is not... I'm just kidding. Queen is probably one of the greatest rock bands that I don't like. Yeah, they're okay. Arguably, their best effort, however, came years later when they released a bonus recording of their version of Deep Purple's When a Blind Man Cries in the 2016 album Hardwired to Self-Destruct. And what a fitting tribute to one of their biggest musical influences it is. James Hetfield shows just how far he's come as a vocalist in the track, and the contrast between the gentle intro, verse, and solo parts, and the crashing interlude with Kirk Hammett's mesmerizing lead guitar work elevates the song which original writer Ritchie Blackmore has never been particularly fond of, to another level of greatness. Worth mentioning as well is Lars Ulrich's performance on drums, because even though he often comes in for heavy criticism, his percussive flourishes certainly add depth to a song, as in the case with When a Blind Man Cries. Metallica fans will know that covers are close to the band's heart, as their first album included an excellent take on the song by then unknown band that just happens to be up next. Number 2, Immigrant Song, Diamond Head, originally by Led Zeppelin, 1970. Diamond Head were key figures in the emergence of heavy metal in the early 80s, and along with the likes of Saxon, Iron Maiden, and Def Leppard, formed part of the new wave of British heavy metal movement. But unlike their contemporaries, Diamond Head, through a combination of bad luck and worse management, never quite reached international stardom and were known for years as the band who inspired Metallica's early thrash sound. They made good in recent years with some excellent albums, however, and finally seem to be getting the recognition they deserve. In 2020, they released a recorded version of the 1980 album Lightning to the Nation, which features a standout cover version of Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song. Many will recognize the song from the soundtrack of Thor Ragnarok, and Diamond Head's heavier version is even better suited to the theme of a Viking invasion than was the original. Brian Talter's excellent vocals are just as good as Robert Plant's, but his Viking war cry that opens the song is a decided improvement on Led Zeppelin's version, and the solo before the final verse is so good that it's hard to believe that it's Diamond Head's own, that Jimmy Page. And that Jimmy Page, no slouch, in the solo department himself, did include something similar in the initial recording some 50 years ago. Y'all want to see a cat? No? Okay, that's fine. Okay. And number 1, In the Air Tonight by In This Moment, Phil Collins. And they're not the only one that did that. Another band called Nonpoint did it as well. One of the shining lights of the emerging metal scene over the last 20 years, In This Moment have produced some excellent albums, and as they continue to change and evolve, as they have been doing, exciting things lie in store for them in the future. For proof of their talent, one need only look as far as their exemplary cover of Phil Collins' monster hit, In the Air Tonight. The song has been covered many times before, of course, but never quite like this. The original relies on Collins' vocals and the minimal instrumental backing as it builds to the famous drum explosion near the end. It has a subtle, ominous, vaguely threatening feel, and in this moment identified what made the song great and enhanced it magnificently. Maria Banks' voice seems made for the song, and the heavily distorted guitar feedback effect in the initial parts leave the listener with a sense of impending drama, like dark thunderclouds gathering on the horizon soon to burst. When the inevitable percussive climax arrives, it is a thing of beauty, and one can only listen in awe to the powerfully explosive conclusion. Everything is up several notches here, making In This Moment's version of In the Air Tonight one of the best metal covers in recent history, if not ever. Well, I want to thank you all for watching, and if you did enjoy, hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!